if you remembered, I have already reviewed to you guys 2 series of mysteries solved by Sherlock Holmes detective, which was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, a very famous writer in England about in the 19th and 20th century. And this is the third series that I want to introduce to you guys, and today will be the first episode, The Sign of the Four. This episode is actually maybe the most interesting case that have been written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. That there's many reasons. That's why this is especially definitely the most exciting one. So now we will go on to its content first. This one talks about Mary Morgan, a kind of a woman. One day she just came to the 2021 B Baker Street, where Sherlock Holmes and Watson was staying, and talks about a story about Bartholomew Shontor. Who used to be a soldier, and he is like nearly died, but it seems like he has some afraid. And Holmes and Watson soon go to that house, but they knew that Bartholomew Shontor have died due to an heart attacking. So they only have the chance to talk to his younger brother, Thaddeus Shontor, and they also heard about the Agra treasure, a kind of a really unusual treasure, and it seems like it is just a legend or a theory. However, Thaddeus seems to be really confident in the fact that he believed that his brother have already found the Agra treasure, but after finding that treasure, he seems to be really afraid rather than feel happy or feel excited, and it is really unusual. And those negative feelings just make him who used to have a very weak heart being attacked by a heart attack and soonly died. This case seemed to be really hard to solve because there is no cure for Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. But there is only kind of a small evidence is that there's a man, people usually call him Small, and he just only he had a kind of a fake hand, and this man was really suspicious because he usually go around the Shontor's house, and sometimes people even find him climbed into the roof of the Shontor's house, and it seems like he wants to come into that house. So Holmes soonly requested the police to arrest him, and then they also heard about the true story about him and also about the Agra treasure. About many years ago, Bartholomew Shontor, at that time he was still a soldier for fighting in the India, and Small and one other man have made a promise of sharing a treasure after killing a man called Arlet. However, after being arrested, only Small and that other man was being taken to the prison, and Shontor just didn't keep the promise, but came back to England in the name of Bartholomew Shontor's, and however, because he was really afraid of the fighting between him and the Mr. Small, so he just hid the treasure, and after dying, he just gave his brother kind of the piece of paper telling him the place where he hid the treasure, and it seems to be really successful if like Mr. Small after getting out of prison just came back to England, and here he just find the address of Bartholomew Shontos, and after seeing him, Bartholomew was really afraid, and that is the reason why he died, because of the heart attacking. However, after finding Mr. Small, the police and Sherlock Holmes still cannot find the treasure. The reason is, Mr. Small, after hearing that he was being arrested by the actually the best detective in London and arrested by the police, he just decided to throw all of his treasures into the sea to ensure that except him, there's no one who can use this treasure. And that is also the end of this story. Actually, as you know, as I just said, this is actually the best episode of Sherlock Holmes series. The reason why is that Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of Four, have a much wider story than other mysteries. Also, like it still have some kind of traditional thing in Sherlock Holmes stories, including surprising thinking from Holmes. Like there is no one who can think about catching a man going around Shonto's house without any evidence, but after all can still solve the mystery. And I think that's the reason why I'm really into reading mysteries about that which have been solved by Holmes, because it is really surprising to me, and I just can never guess the end of the story. Also, the Sign of Four was like kind of different from other mystery. Is that like after solving this mystery, Sherlock Holmes cannot achieve what he wants, is the Agra treasure, because like the Mr. Small just throw them all in the sea, and it is, I think, like an imperfect end. Is something that's like after reading 2 series about Sherlock Holmes, this is the first time that I see in a Sherlock Holmes mysteries book.